Welcome to the Gratitude and Attitude Podcast, an organic and sometimes hilarious ongoing conversation between two soul sisters who have a lot of gratitude and sometimes a little bit of attitude. Welcome to Gratitude and Attitude, everybody. We are on episode 11, and I'm Pri, and this is Nan.
Hi.
And today we have our special guest star who we love having with us, Carlos. Say hi.
Carlitos.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Carlos.
Carlitos Way. Yeah.
This way.
And we just want to welcome you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Before we jump in to our topic, how was everyone's week? How was your holiday weekend?
Great.
Good?
Amazing.
You guys had good ones?
Didn't do much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
Quiet.
mosquitoes and
Yeah.
rain and sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the best 4th of July for fireworks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I was talking to somebody and he was saying he does something special with his family, his wife and his kids every single 4th of July. And he said, do you know the last 5 4th of Julys have all been rained out?
Really? Wow.
I don't even remember, like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But he was saying that every single one
rained
has
out.
been rained out.
I'm not a big fireworks person.
Yeah. I love fireworks.
Really? I'm not.
I love fireworks. I hate crowds.
Yeah.
So
That you do.
that's not exactly conducive.
You can have your own private fireworks.
Yeah, I guess.
could.
Yes, I could. I could. Yeah,
You-
you
yeah.
can.
Yeah.
I actually,
Absolutely.
I actually, we had them for my,
Yeah, your dad.
my dad's
They're
celebration of life. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have loved it. He probably did. He probably saw it.
Of course he did.
Yeah. So generally, quiet weekend, rainy, quiet weekend. And I was trying to think this week if anything has happened that kind of ties in with our topic. Our topic today is acknowledging and overcoming fear. And actually, Nan picked the topic, and it's a really, really good one. It's surprising that we hadn't already done it because it's so common to so many people. Everyone has experienced fear at some point in time or another in their life. And I was trying to think, I was asking a friend of mine, I was working out at the gym this morning, and I said, what do you do when you feel fear? And his response was, I get really mad. I get angry. He goes, I want to fight. And I was like,
that's
it's an interesting
Yeah.
response. But I mean, there is what they say, your body goes through a fight or flight process when you feel fear. But I just thought that was interesting. First of all, I've never asked anybody, what do you do when you feel fear? And then when you ask that, whoever it is, it's always an interesting answer.
Well, because there's different types of fear.
Right.
Like he may be talking about that fight or flight fear, like, like to do something in a moment to you have to do something like that fear, or it's, you know what I mean?
Interesting. I said, he said, well, what kind of fear? And I said, like if you're like, I said, well, you tell me what kind of fear. And he goes, well, I have a really bad relationship. My brother terrorized me as a kid. And he goes, and I ended up growing up like, just, okay, I'll fight you. And I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because his brother bullied him. And it is interesting because some people want to run and some people want to fight,
Yeah.
confronted with a bully and fear, personal fear like that. But that was kind of an interesting segue into today's conversation. So you want to share a little bit about why you felt like it'd be such a good topic this week?
Well, first of all, for me, that's not the type of fear that I normally deal with.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
Like, that, I mean, we all fear tells us when something's wrong.
Yes.
Okay. Or what we have to do something so I'm okay with that kind of fear.
Yeah.
Like I can deal with that. Like,
Yeah.
that should I run across the road? Should I not? Oh my gosh, can I make it? Like that kind of stuff, like that type of fear in a sense. My fear that I deal with is more of like the unknown of something, of not being in control That's a different kind of fear. I think, so for me, it could be triggers.
Okay.
So let's say a trigger would be something, because I've been through a lot, I've had a lot of loss. I've had a lot of sickness. I've dealt with my husband almost passing away. There's a lot of fears. So let's just say Harvey, he doesn't feel well.
Yeah.
I'm more fearful of something happening. Me, let's say, which will be another podcast, but I've been ill in my life, right?
Yeah.
And I have been paralyzed 3 times. And it's a muscle and nerve disease. Not disease, it's a syndrome. So whenever I don't feel well, I always go back to, oh my gosh, is this happening?
Yes.
I get so fearful about it.
Yeah.
It could be debilitating, crippling for my mind, not physically, but I can go that fear will take me down a terrible road of, it's all I can think about.
Well, it's interesting that you said it's not debilitating for your body, but the syndrome that you have, and it's worthy to say, most people only get it once in their life.
Yes.
You've had it 3 times. That actually does debilitate your body.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes, it does.
Important to make the distinction. That when you get sick like that, it completely debilitates you. You're paralyzed. You can't move. You need help literally doing everything. But therefore, when you're worried that it might be starting to flare up, it affects your mind, but not in a debilitating way, right?
No, but it can debilitate me. Yes, the actual illness itself.
Yes.
But it could be anything. It could be a phone call for something else, not even having to do with that. It could be, let's just, another medical thing. I always go down because I was at 1%.
Yes.
So I think for me, I'm okay, well, you say 1%. Well, I've been 1% 3 times.
Right.
So I know things can happen. So that fear really, really takes a toll on me. I just literally want to punch fear in the face. Sometimes, really, seriously, kick it. You know how I get?
Yes.
But I wrote this down. I said, I'm not fearful to do many different things.
Yeah.
If there's things I feel I have some control of, it's the things I feel I don't have any control of. And that really makes me think sometimes that bad shit can happen. And I hate it. I do. I hate it. But I try to deal with fear. Well, first of all, I lean on God 1,000%.
Right.
1,000%. I always have to go there, because if I don't go there and talk to God and be like, listen, I can't deal with this. This really is taken a toll on me. And people who know me, they're like, you're so strong, you're so this and that. But fear is one of my things, I don't even know what you would call, it's my,
Well, it's
it's something that
it's the thing that affects you really deeply, because
it takes something away from me.
You do live life, you take things lightly while doing life deeply.
I really do.
That's how we got that tagline. But it's very hard to take scary things lightly for you, because you've been in some really trying situations. And I've done that 3rd episode with you when you had the syndrome and it hit. And I will tell you that it is scary to watch, let alone to be that person.
Yeah.
And literally, I've lifted your legs off the floor onto a hospital bed. Yeah. And one of the things I love the most about you, I might get a little bit emotional.
Don't you dare.
I'm sorry, but it is so magnificent to watch you. I never want to watch you go through that again. Okay, let's start with that.
Yeah.
But secondly, I'm telling you guys, Carlos, everyone who's watching, this girl never complained, not one time. And it was 6 months, not one time.
Yeah.
Not one time. And as a matter of fact, this is kind of funny. This part is, so there were a few of us that were always there with you at any given point in time. That was just what we needed to do for ourselves, not even for you.
Well, that's not true.
To
I
be
need you
there
guys
and do life with you. But I would watch people come in and visit you and they'd be like, no, my life is this, my life is that. And I'd be like, boo,
Yeah.
get out. This girl is paralyzed. She can't eat on her own. She can't lift her hand. She couldn't hold anything. Like, I wanted to be like, get the F out for real.
I know. Trust me. I know.
And because the whole time you never said one word of complaint. You never complained. I mean, I will never forget it. It was so inspiring. And I actually feel emotional about it when I talk about it.
I know you
It's
do.
really, really deep. And it's hard to watch someone suffer, but it's got to be so much worse to be the one suffering and experiencing all the different things that syndrome actually creates. And it's can we?
Yeah, you can say it. What it is.
It's called Guillain-Barré syndrome, and I didn't know anything about it until I knew Nan, and it was something else, boy. I tell you what. But I understand why you feel fear.
Yeah.
On anything.
Yeah, because I was that small percent. Because you're only supposed to get that once, like literally just one time.
Yeah.
And I've got it 3 times, and it's unheard of, but it happens. It's very unheard of. Like there is a very small percentage of people who've had Guillain-Barré that get it that many times. I hope I never get it again, but I don't think I will.
I'm praying.
You know, I know.
I believe that that God has a purpose and a plan.
Yeah.
And you know what? Part of that purpose and his plan is to use the hard things that happen for the good of others.
Absolutely.
Hence, here we are talking about fear.
Yeah, right. Because, you know, it's a trigger for me, like things like that, you know, and how to think about that. And our therapist, Nancy, she told me, she goes, you have triggers. Everybody has a trigger, you know, and you just have to know you're the one that pulls the trigger though.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you have it, you know, but you're the one, you can get like the trigger, but you pull it like to go to that next level of it. So you have to make that decision whether you're going to go there. A lot of times, like my brain, like I really am good about talking myself into not going there. But sometimes you're just weak. Sometimes you just go there, you know, and it's not a good place to go. I've learned a lot about myself that I'm very, how do you say it? Like literally like in my mind, it's so crazy how the mind works though. Like how you're good about like not going there in certain things. Like I'm like, oh my God, you know, I want to be that way, like not to worry about things or to, you know, but you're good. Like you can do well because we went through this one little thing not too long ago.
Yeah.
And you're like, you didn't even go anywhere, like mentally, like you stayed solid.
Well, I'll share what it was because I'm sure this has happened with other women. They found a lump in my breast and they like everybody was sort of on high alert.
Yeah.
And kind of like, we need to get this looked at now. We have to do this. We have to do that. We have to do all these different things. And I really believed with all my heart, I literally was like, I'm not sick. I think that there's something crazy about me in that way. Like it would be normal to go, oh my God, what if this is cancerous? What if this is cancerous? What if it's a C word? What if it's, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm totally not sick. Sure. So the doctors can see I'm fine. You know, I bet it's just some stupid,
She did.
like
She had a
something,
great attitude.
whatever. And I literally, I don't know why I'm like that,
I love it.
but I will tell you, I mean, I watched my dad go through cancer and I think maybe just, you know, knowing my mortality that everyone's name is written in the book of life. And when it's my turn, it's going to be my turn. I hope that I can accept if that was a bad prognosis, you know, if it came out that it was malignant, that I was going to have to go through all the things that so many other women have. What I hope I would say is many women have gone through this before
And they've
come out the other side. And that's kind of the part of what it was.
Yeah.
But that was kind of,
Yeah.
I mean,
You did.
for a
It's
lot of
great.
people,
I was so proud of you. Like,
thank you for that.
are you kidding? I would have been like, oh my God, I've got I just go down the, just
But
that
actually,
road.
no.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I definitely do.
Recently, not.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things in the not taken, there's a lot of things that happen. Like
Yeah.
things like we're saying, there are a lot of bad things happen and we just have to know how to deal with fear.
Yeah.
We have to learn how to face fear face to face.
Yeah.
Because if you don't deal with it, it won't go away.
Well, I'm really glad you
know?
said that. I want to bring up a couple of things.
Yes.
Speaking of.
Yes. And let me just say, fear
Yes.
is good to
Yes.
have on certain things.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it lets you know when something is wrong.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that's very important. We're not saying that you should never be fearful of something. You definitely should. Fear can be good at
Right.
times. It just depends when,
Right.
the situation.
That's funny. So let's start
Yeah.
with that
Okay.
because God made us to experience fear
Yeah.
for a reason. And we were designed to experience a full range of emotions. When we've talked about feeling sad or depressed or any of those things, those emotions are valuable in and of themselves.
Right.
Where they get toxic is when they you
Yeah.
sit with them for too long, like and you stew. So number one, when I was going through, like, in terms of an evolution of the human race, fear actually is evolution's alarm system, and it's designed to keep us alive. So we're still the same human bodies that we've been since cavemen. And what would you do? All your systems go on high alert. Your heart starts to beat hard and your breath starts to get short when you see a saber-toothed tiger stalking you as a caveman or woman. So it's meant to keep us alive. Right?
Absolutely.
So number two, fear is as much about uncertainty as it is about danger. So one of the things that people think is, I should not feel fear, in the face of the unknown. No, you'll be a little more careful. Your body was designed to be more careful
Right.
when you're uncertain of where you're going. So way, way back in the day, if they were having to cross, a river, a deep river, they would feel fear. Our ancestors would feel fear.
So would you say that it's more being scared? Like it's okay to be scared than be fearful?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. It's more, yes.
Yes. Being scared.
Yeah. Because when it comes to your survival, yes, be scared and then put yourself out of harm's way.
Yeah.
The third is that this is what I believe with all my heart, that fear is a part of the gift that God gave us to anticipate the future and remember the past. So if you're anticipating the future, it's unknown and you're fearful, that's okay. God gave us as human beings, like dogs don't anticipate the future. And maybe they remember like a good treat, but that's about it.
Right. They have no time concept.
Yeah, but as human beings, we can dream. So anticipating the future on the dark side is being afraid. But then on the light side, it's having hopes and dreams. It's part of the gift that God gave us. We're meant to experience it.
Yes, but God did not give us fear.
No.
Yes, you have to make that clear.
Exactly.
Because fear is a spirit.
Yes.
It's not something that God has given us. So that's really important to remember.
Huge, huge. And the word says, for he did not give us a spirit of fear.
I loved this. And then I got a question for Carlos, but I love this. I have to read this. Let's see if I can find it. I wrote it down.
You got a lot of
I
notes
do.
there.
So refuge. Okay. So, okay, hold on. So the Lord says to you, my refuge and my fortress, my God, whom I trust. So refuge is a quick place to duck and to find shelter, and a fortress is a place built intentionally for purposes of exceptional security.
I love that.
I love that.
God's word.
So that's
And
God's
God
word.
is.
That's
God
right.
is a refuge
So
and a fortress.
God is a place where fear no longer has access, because fear can't catch what it can no longer reach.
Oh.
So if you hide, if God shelters you, fear shouldn't be able to catch you because you're out of reach. I love it. I got
that.
goosebumps.
It's
when I read
beautiful.
that.
It's because
Everyone.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was from Joyce Meyer.
Very good.
Just
Thank you for attributing that
But I
appropriately.
loved that, because it's like you read scripture and you'll, okay, my refuge and my fortress, but you don't really think about it,
Yeah.
like a fortress is intentionally the purpose of an exceptional security. It's built for that reason.
Yes.
And then a quick place, refuge to duck into. Like there's a scripture that talks about his wing, right? Doesn't it talk about like,
It says,
what does it say?
conceal me under the pinions of your wings.
Yeah.
The pinion is where the wing of a bird attaches to its body.
So can you imagine
And
that?
it's here, right here, deep under your wing. It's
love
under his
that.
wing. It's so beautiful.
I know, I get goosebumps when I think about it.
That's
But
very nice.
Carlos, what about you? Have you ever, dealt with fear?
Yeah, I think fear the way you experience based on what happens to you in the
Yeah.
past is very. My sense of fear, I know, is way totally different from
Yeah,
yours.
everybody, that's what we're talking about. Everyone deals with fear, different types of fear.
Yeah.
So what would be yours?
So, sometimes not knowing, not having control, uncertainty about the future, about what's going on.
Yeah.
The problem is when that fear stops you from doing things that you have to do.
Huge. Huge.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem, and how to deal with that, and telling yourself everything's gonna be okay. Everything's going to be
Right.
okay, and move forward. I would say I've been living with fear my whole life, but I stopped feeling like that probably, I would say, 3 years ago. When you say no more, and as I told you before, when I came here, I saw that little sign on the street. that
Oh,
said,
yes. Faith over fear.
Face over fear, and
Yeah.
I say, why not? Why not? And at the end, you understand, as you well say, that fears is part of everyone. The thing is how you deal with it, and how you plan, how fears make you plan, coordinate about something that you have to do.
Right.
If you don't feel fear about anything, probably we never plan anything. We just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's sometimes not the best way to do things. We have to plan everything.
Yeah.
But that's what I think.
It's good.
Yeah. So, life is a secret.
Yeah.
Those are, so we don't know. So you fear the unknown.
No.
And that is control. That's a part of, it's tough, because I'm the same way too. But that fear doesn't debilitate me as much, or it doesn't debilitate me. I just, I'm like, okay, but more, it's another type of fear for me.
Yeah.
But I have to show you this to lighten the mood here. So my therapist, because we work on that. We started laughing. Her and I will joke around sometimes and just kind of laugh about things. So she's like, Nance, you got to get this book, right? So I'm like, okay, well, what's the book? Hold on.
You bought a book today.
So the book is called The Scaredy Squirrel.
That is so cute. I would never have guessed.
It is hilarious. It's about a squirrel that was scared of everything. And the squirrel fell out of its tree one day and he realized he could fly. It's hilarious. But she's like, you got to get it. I go, okay. And she's like, it's the cutest little book.
Oh my God.
And it's the Scaredy Squirrel.
That is hilarious.
It's hilarious. He's just scared of everything.
We're
I'm
gonna-
not that bad, but I'm like, okay. He never leaves his tree or leaves his nuts.
We're gonna put that in the show notes for anyone.
Scaredy Squirrel. Even if you're an adult,
There's
a book for
so
you.
good.
It's a life lesson. It's hilarious. I read it and I was like, oh my gosh, I just, when she told me that, because, she's like, Nancy, she's like, you sound like you're the Scaredy Squirrel.
Wow.
And she goes, you should get this book, and I go,
She's
I'm
so
going to
good.
get it. It was hilarious, but we were joking a little
Yeah.
bit about it, because it's a child's book. But as I'm reading it, the darn squirrel was scared of everything.
Yeah.
He even had like this little emergency pack things like he would have. He was scared, and then he fell. He flew. He became a
is
flying
hilarious.
squirrel. Anyways, it's the scaredy squirrel.
Well, that is such a good
Isn't it
share.
funny?
Yes, and it's wonderful.
Just to like break the ice of such seriousness.
Yeah, it
I
is.
learned something from the scaredy squirrel.
Everybody, we're gonna put it in the show notes. It's such a good book, obviously.
And not only do you get the scaredy squirrel makes friends. There's a lot of other books.
Is it really?
But it's all about him being scared.
love
Like
it.
scared to make friends.
Yeah.
Scared to like, scaredy squirrel.
Yeah.
You know? And anyway, I thought it's just hilarious.
It's so funny. I would never, ever
Right?
have been able to guess that was your because you were telling me I have a share, I have a book.
It's
No, you didn't say a
hilarious.
book. You said I have something that I
Yeah.
want to do. Yeah.
And listen, we have a great therapist. It was a funny moment between her and I.
Well,
you know
it
what I
is
mean?
funny, and it keeps. So I think part of dealing with fear is finding a way to laugh about it. So the topic is acknowledging and overcoming our fear, and you can get some good work done with the scaredy squirrel.
With the scaredy squirrel. Well, I'm not as scared as a scaredy squirrel. Like he's scared of everything. I just have like some fear of medical
stuff.
shit.
That's a good book.
He's
for
scared of his
start.
own shadow.
That's funny. I like that. That's a good one.
But something
Yeah.
interesting about fear.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that happens to you before, but with me, when I'm with the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and then planning on doing something, then my wife say, "Don't do this, don't do
Yeah.
that," and then you say, "Let them be. Don't stress too much. Don't transmit the fear
To you.
to you
To the kids.
To the kids.
because they
Yes.
will be living with fear."
Yeah.
Just let them do what they're doing. As you can see, it's not very risky. They won't
Right.
die from that. But you have to relax.
I think that's so good.
And that makes me think about fear when we inherit fear.
Yes. It projects onto you. When somebody else is fearful and they project it onto you, and how do you deal with that? Like sometimes then you may think, but that person may be right for a second. Like it may just cross your
Right.
mind. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely happened to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Like, nothing's going to happen. Then you're like, oh my gosh, maybe it will.
Yeah.
And then you learn how to speak, not 100% perfection, but how to speak to the kids. For example, if I cook for my daughter and she asks, "Who cooked this food?"
Yeah.
I know that I don't have to say who cooked it. I have to say, "Do you like it or not?"
Oh,
First.
okay.
And then just-
Why are you fearful she's not going to like your food?
No, because if you say, if I say I was the one who actually cooked, I don't like it.
Oh.
So I have to be. So I rather prefer say, "You like it or not?"
Oh, okay.
So in that way, so you play with her mind. Don't.
It's called what do you call that? Oh my gosh, I can't think. It'll come to me.
But that happens to me today because she was, "Who cooked this?" So, "Do you like it or not?"
Well, are you afraid or is she afraid? Like, what does this
That's
have
what
to do
I'm
with
saying.
She
fear?
doesn't
I'm
like my food.
having a hard
She
time
doesn't-
Just
following.
saying, he must not.
She doesn't like my food.
Are you fearful about that?
I know. I just
Yeah.
calling that about when you talk to your kids about
Yeah.
something,
Yes.
how to play,
How
with
to
them,
manipulate
how to
their mind.
I guess that's it.
How to manipulate. Yes.
That was the word I was looking for.
Manipulation.
I wondered if that was the word,
That
but
was.
I didn't want to put
Sorry,
words in your
Carlos.
mouth.
We'd like any advice we could get. We'll take it, even if it's not the subject.
Listen, speaking of advice, but not.
Okay, go.
I have some statistics. You know how I love statistics. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you though? Are you ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. Did you guys know
Okay.
that fear can age your brain by 1 to 2 years?
No, but I definitely knew it could take a toll on your
It
brain.
can.
Wow.
Individuals exposed to chronic fears, such as from trauma,
Chronic fear.
chronic fear,
Okay.
such as trauma, from trauma or prolonged anxiety, showed accelerated brain aging equivalent to 1 to 2 years, especially in the hippocampus and the prefrontal cortex. That's from a study that was done in molecular psychiatry.
Wow.
So it says why it matters is that these are the brain areas responsible for memory, decision making, and emotional regulation.
Wow.
Fear doesn't just stress you, it actually changes the architecture of your brain over time. And it can impact your decision making. It can
for sure.
It can decimate your memory. And think about emotional regulation. Like, okay, I'm not going to react as much as I want to because it's not appropriate. There's reason with emotional regulation. And fear will actually, living with chronic fear or trauma will change it. That's why PTSD is so powerful.
I was just going to say that.
Yes,
I was
it's
just going to say
powerful.
PTSD.
So with memory, a friend of mine's father was a Green Beret in the Vietnam War. And he's one of the most highly functioning, amazing, incredible, like unbelievably amazing human beings, his dad. Also, he'll wake up in the middle of the night and he'll say, I swear it looks like the guy who shot me, the Viet Cong soldier that shot me, is crouching in my bedroom.
Wow.
And his memory is so real of that trauma.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the many things he endured. And he's lived this really good life. He's raised this wonderful family. My friend is his son. It's just pretty amazing how it can do that. Number 2, the statistic is, number 2 is fear can suppress your immune system within 30 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes.
30 minutes. So acute psychological fear can lead to a measurable drop in immune function within 30 minutes, increasing your vulnerability to illness. Fear isn't just a feeling, it's an immune suppressor.
Yeah, because you hear that all the time. It's like if you're in a very stressful situation, like you're always like your immune system gets low. Like it's like your body is in overdrive. It's like going 1,000 miles a minute.
But think about this. All it takes is 30 minutes.
know,
And this is what it says. Even short-term stress or fright can create a biological vulnerability affecting white blood cell activity and inflammation responses.
I believe that.
It leaves you wide open to sickness.
I believe that because if you've ever gotten scared, like your whole body kind of, you feel like that, and even like your stomach and everything just gets kind of all out of whack.
Yes.
Right? When you get scared about something or you're feeling fear, you get kind of, your stomach hurts. And they just, so that has to affect you. You talk about like that I feel like with fear too, like it can taunt you and terrorize you if you're not careful. Like really could, like kind of what you were just saying about that PTSD.
Yes, that memory terrorizes him to this day.
But it's definitely a physical thing. When I have been at my highest fear level, I could tell you this, like if we were having this conversation, I wouldn't even be able to pay attention. Like I'm so in a different place.
Yes.
So my answer would not be right. So you talked about making decisions.
Yes.
I couldn't make the right decision. Like if I'm in that type of fear mode,
It's so good.
like I'm here and I'm looking at you and it looks like I'm really, but I'm not.
Yes.
Out of focus.
Not out of
Totally
focus.
out
I
of
feel like
focus.
you kind of feel like it's an outer body experience in some crazy way. Like you don't feel like you're there, but your body's there. And so for me, like when you say PTSD, I do have a little form of it. Like there's different grades, I guess, of PTSD, but mine is more of, I've learned over years of therapy,
Right.
like my husband almost passing away and losing, we lost, Kyle and me being sick and all these things. So years later, it affected me and I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, what the heck? And I found out that I am fantastic through things.
Yes.
It hits me like a ton of bricks. It could be years later. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why do I feel this way? Like we've talked about in other
so
podcasts.
much sense.
That's trauma. Yeah.
It's trauma. So like what she says, it's trauma. So it's a form of PTSD for me in a sense. And that's why I have fear of things happening.
Yeah.
But I refuse to let it control me.
Right.
Without a doubt. Like I face it. I talk about it all the time. I'm like, I'm scared shitless, but I deal with it. And one thing about me, I have learned, and if big piece of advice is to do it scared.
Yes.
Don't let fear. You can be scared and still do something.
Yes.
Like as long as it's not hurtful to you, like
Right.
things. What I'm saying is you can have fear about something, but you still do it.
Right.
You still do it scared. And sometimes that's the best answer. I mean,
Well,
honestly.
let me say something that
Yeah.
kind of relates to this,
Yeah.
which is the third and last
Okay.
thing I wanted to share, which is really important. First of all, so I've already gone through that it can suppress your immune
Yeah.
system.
Yes.
It can change your brain.
Yeah.
This has to do with life choice. And then I want to talk about ways to overcome it.
Yeah.
So over 60% of adults report avoiding life opportunities due to fear.
Yeah.
In a nationwide survey done by Chapman University on American fears in 2022, 60% of US adults said fear of failure or judgment led them to avoid major opportunities, such as pursuing a new career, asking for help, or starting
Exactly.
a relationship. Fear shapes the course of our lives silently. These aren't rare phobias. This is daily hesitation, missed chances, and stalled growth. It's not something that's always screaming in the dark. Sometimes it's just, this really affected me when I read it. Sometimes it's just a whisper that says, not today.
Yeah.
And it robs you of your future. And so I think those were 3 points about fear. You know, we talked about it, that it's natural.
Yes.
But that's
it can be
the-
good sometimes.
That's the perversion of the fear. That's the twist where
Right.
it can rewire your brain, make you sick, and also destroy your future.
Yeah, it's debilitating.
Yeah, but you started, and this is a great segue into the second portion of what we want, and the final portion of what we want to talk about with fear is what are some strategies to overcoming fear? And you just said,
Yeah.
do it scared.
Do it scared.
Yeah, that's
what I
your
tell
motto.
myself.
Yeah,
That's what I tell myself.
yeah, do it
I-
scared.
Should make a shirt.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, I'm going to do it scared. I'm scared, but I'm fearful, but I'm still going to do it. I
So-
mean, I'm not
so
going to
give
jump
us
off
a-
a cliff.
well, give us
I have
an
a fear of
example.
heights. I'm not doing that. I'm not jumping out of anything. I'm not jumping out of a plane.
But sometimes fear is something good. Like years ago, I was going downhill with my bike, and I had some fear going to a cliff, and then I overcome my fear.
Yes.
I went all the way down, and then I crashed my bike
Yeah.
and I break my leg.
Exactly, Carlos. That's why I'm not jumping out of a
Carl,
plane.
That's literally the worst story we've heard yet today.
Yeah, because that.
Well, this is what I say, right? So, like, okay. Now, like, fear of heights, like, I don't ski. I tried because I'm scared of heights and stuff like that. But it's not life-changing. If I don't ski, it's not going to make it. What's a big deal? So I miss skiing. So you didn't have to ride down the hill. What would have been the big deal?
That's like I'm sorry, but I think that's
a
a
bad
crazy
story.
That's a crazy story that doesn't illustrate anything.
Well, it does because he survived.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I
you
guess.
know what? And you
I
know
mean,
what?
Carlos, let me ask
I
you.
still bike, and I still bike.
Right. Oh, I
was gonna
but
say.
my understanding of fear,
Yeah.
it got better. Because
Will
if
you
I
go
have-
down those hills anymore?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so you do.
Yeah, but I understand that if I have fear, that
Yeah.
means that I have to be more cautious.
Yes.
I have to prepare myself.
Very
I
true.
need protection. I need so many
That
things
makes
that I didn't
more
have
sense.
before.
Yes.
So that's the reason why, for me, fear
Yes.
can be something bad, but
What
at
I
the
was-
same time,
Yes.
can be something
It
good.
could be something good.
I
yes.
was going to ask you. So therefore, you conquered your fear of having a broken leg. Like you no longer fear having a broken leg. But what you're saying makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I prepare myself in a better way
Yeah.
to keep doing the same.
I think, yeah.
That never happens to me.
But it
anymore.
didn't keep you from doing it. Like for
No.
me, like fear of heights and stuff, like I've tried to overcome it. I really have over the years. I just have a fear of heights and I've learned to accept it.
Well, let me
You
just
know?
say for the record,
Oh,
I've
the
known
same
you,
The same for me.
but I've known you almost 30 years. You've gotten better about heights.
Yeah,
I
better.
mean, you get on escalators.
Yeah.
And tall.
But I make
escalators.
everybody hold all my baggage.
Well, that's true. I can say
I'm like, here,
that's true.
gotta hold my bag if I'm going down this escalator. I can go up, I can't go down. It's so weird.
You can go down,
Not with a lot of bags.
but that's who cares? You can still go down, and you've done it.
yes, I have.
So just own that. That's
Okay,
not.
I've gotten better. But what I'm
Much
saying,
better.
it's not life altering. That's like, sometimes you're just, but I still do it like, I
Well,
don't
let's get back on the
Okay,
topic
go
and
ahead,
let's
go ahead.
talk about strategies to overcome fear. Carlos is ride the bike down.
Break your leg.
Ride the bike down the hill, crash at the end, break your leg,
And you're
that'll
over it.
solve.
I mean, if you have fear about anything,
Yeah.
you have to think where the
Yeah.
fear is coming from.
That is so
then-
true.
and
That
then
is
you have to plan.
that is so good,
You
Carlos.
have to plan for that.
Yeah, it is so true. You have to really look and see where this fear came from. When did it start? Like where, you know? I wasn't always afraid of heights.
Yeah.
It's so odd. It's like one day I woke up and I'm like, ooh, that's high.
You know what I'm afraid of?
What? Oh, frogs.
Frogs.
Yeah, have you tried to overcome that?
Yes.
When and how?
Okay, let me
Okay.
just tell you how I think it started. I'm going to tell you how it started.
Okay. Were you like, did you fall into a frog pit?
No. Let me tell you something. I don't know exactly the origin, but it's a diagnosed phobia. I mean,
Yes.
a psychologist diagnosed me with a phobic fear of frogs.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like I'm making it up, but I actually am terribly
I know
afraid
you are,
of
yeah.
them. And I will tell you, I went through a phase where in the house before this, the house I lived in before this, for whatever reason, there were frogs would get in the house. And they were like toads, like big, disgusting, ugly toads. And I would have to call my brother-in-law, and which they lived like in the same town as me at the time. And I'd be like, can you come get this frog out of my house? I couldn't even get close enough to it because I don't know if it's something about like randomly, if they're going to jump at
on you?
me or something like that. And they're like slimy and disgusting. I can't even put words to it. Even talking about frogs makes my throat close up a little bit. But I'm going to share this with you guys. So one day I come home and I go,
bed?
I go to get ready for bed. I worked a long day. I turn on the light by my bed and it's in a dark room. And there is the biggest toad
On your pillow?
Oh my God.
on my pillow.
Get out of town.
Sleeping.
Sleeping.
It was like this. It was like this. Listen to the sound. Ready?
Oh,
It was sleeping on my pillow,
such,
and
Carlos, that's such an evil sound.
I took a picture of it because I knew no one would believe me.
Yeah.
I have a picture of it. I have a picture of that frog.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, I couldn't believe it. First of all, has anyone ever seen a frog asleep? No. I have.
All right, were they? Was his eyes closed?
His eyes were literally closed. He was like this.
He was snoring.
He was snoring.
He was snoring.
He wasn't going like. He was going.
He was huge. He was laying on my pillow. My brother-in-law had to come over.
That's hilarious, though.
And ever since then, it's like I can't even.
That's
I
yeah.
heard a frog the other day in my garden somewhere, and I have a big garden. I was like, I gotta go inside. I can't be out here.
Yeah.
I hear a frog somewhere near me. So I came inside. But I'm telling you, I think that's what really stamped the deal. It sealed the deal forever.
For me, it's snakes.
Oh, Carlos, me and you are so much alike. We're afraid of heights, and I hate snakes. If I found a snake in my bed, holy, can you
that's what I
imagine?
say. If I find a snake in my pillow,
Oh my gosh,
On your pillow.
I would
Oh my
freak
God.
out.
curled up like this, a snake like this.
no.
No way. I'd be
Like that.
I don't know what I'd do. I'd cry. I'd be like, ah.
Well, listen, the whole
And
reason
run.
I'm telling this story is because, first of all, just for the record, I have not overcome my fear of frogs.
Yes. 'Cause I'm gonna say,
For the record.
how did you try to overcome it? I don't know.
I have actually tried to look at pictures of frogs.
Did you get hypnotized?
No, I haven't gotten hypnotized. I draw the line at hypnosis.
Everybody, I will torture her sometimes and send her pictures of frogs. I think one Valentine's Day I gave her a big stuffed frog.
It was so ludicrous and I hated it. I threw it away instantly.
Did I get you chocolates that were frogs?
You
too?
did. You did. There was like little green cartoon frogs on the front. And then they
Oh,
were
I
like
know you did.
the wrapped shape of frogs. I had to throw away the
I
chocolate.
love her. I love her. I didn't take it that seriously,
it's
but then I
so-
realized she does have a real. This was in the beginning. Of
No, it was not in the beginning.
sure?
It was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I lied.
It was appalling that
Oh,
you
I
would
just,
do it.
I just like to aggravate her once in a while.
Back back to overcoming strategies for overcoming
So what did you do?
fear.
So you looked at
I did
pictures?
absolutely nothing. I mean, I tried. I looked at pictures. I looked at pictures and I watched some videos with frogs in them. And then I was like, can't do it.
Yeah.
So this is not a good example
Yeah.
of strategies to overcome fear, but I do have some good strategies.
Okay.
One of the ones that's been proven about overcoming strategies is actually naming it. And
like
a guy,
saying.
there's in psychological science, this is way back in 2007, almost 20 years ago, a UCLA neuroimaging study led by Dr. Matthew Lieberman found that when individuals simply label their emotions out loud, activity in the amygdala, the fear center of your brain, decreases, and activity in the prefrontal cortex of your brain increases. That's the part of your brain that forms logic and decision making. So basically, if I were to say,
We're cured, Carlos.
well, you talking about
We're
it. Remember
talking
when you
about
said? Remember when you said, sometimes I just say to myself,
Yeah.
okay, I have to do this
Yes.
scared.
Yes.
And the truth is, like for me, just talking about frogs actually makes me laugh because it's such a ridiculous thing to be afraid of. It does help in some way, but there's actually also scientific study that says it does.
Yeah.
And it's because
Kind of confronting it in a sense.
exactly. So that's one of the strategies.
I would say that we as humans, we have to be aware of the power of our mind.
Yes. Oh
We
my
have the ability
gosh.
to build,
So powerful.
everything around us.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we live with fear,
Yeah.
so it's going to be a lot of black, a lot of darkness.
Yeah.
We
a lot
have
of
to
darkness.
remove all that
Yes.
and paint with colorful, everything
Yeah.
with brilliant colors. But we have the power to build everything around
We
us.
do.
So if we replace fear and we manage fear, definitely we will have a better life.
Yeah, it's managing fear. It's facing fear. It's facing. So that's basically what Priya's saying. You
Yeah.
face your fear. You
And
talk
you
about it.
talk about it. This is so interesting that you said this because this leads into the second biggest strategy. It's reframing your fear. And there's dozens and dozens of studies. I mean, I kind of like geeked out just even reading some of the like the summary sections of these actual studies done by these brilliant like psychologists and psychiatrists. In it, it says, because I love what you said about color, like, you know,
Yeah.
your brain can change the color. It said that reframing fear as excitement improves performance in stressful situations. So if you said, if someone said to me, are you scared about that interview? I'd go, actually, I'm really excited because excitement and fear, what people don't know is they create the same physiological response in your body. You start, like you're super excited about something, your breath automatically gets
Right.
shorter
Right.
and your heart rate increases. And then what you do is you say, oh, I'm excited about something. That means you're not afraid of it coming to you. That reframing actually changes and helps you overcome fear.
Yeah, because you're deciding what you're going to do with your fear.
Right.
So that's basically what you're doing. It's your decision, like you said,
Yes.
what you're going to do with the fear. So you're going to turn that fear
Yeah.
into
Excitement.
more excitement.
Do something.
It's our choice.
Yeah.
How we do that.
Yeah.
What we do
And
with
if you
that.
think about what you both have said at one point in time, each one of you has said this, is that I feel out of control. Well, the minute you say, I'm actually not afraid, I'm excited, you've gained control back of something that could be like a runaway horse.
Yeah.
But you grab the reins and you pull on that fear
very
and you
true.
go, I'm excited. You're saying, I'm choosing to change the way I view this as something that's exciting and not terrifying. It's
very good.
And it changes. That does help you overcome fear.
That's a big one, I think.
Well, you came up with it with the colors and using your brain and
Yeah,
the
but
discipline of your mind.
explain it way better.
Exactly. Well, thank you for saying that. But it is really fascinating. And there are a lot of very famous studies about reframing fear.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
It is. It's all about the mind.
Yeah.
Basically what Carlos was saying.
Yeah.
It's like changing the way you would think about it.
Yep. And then you know what the third big strategy is? You've already said it. You do it scared. So
Yeah.
one of the things that's most powerful is saying, I'm not ready, but I'm going to do it.
Right.
Because what happens when you're fearful? You're like, I'm going to hold off. I'm going to stand back.
course.
I'm not going to. but you do it. This is why I brought up the example of you getting on escalators.
Ah, yeah.
You literally are like, you're like, hold my bag.
Yeah,
And then
I'm
you
like-
go stand in front of me. But you get on that
Yeah,
escalator
I
and you
do.
go down. And you've come down 2 and 3 story escalators.
Yeah.
I've been with you.
But I'm not coming down with a piece of luggage.
No, you're not. Or shopping bags.
No, I never. Listen, real quick, I'll tell you this story. One time we were with friends and we were at the mall. This was years and years ago. And we were with a bunch of people and they had their 2 kids. There was 2 kids, my friend's kids. They're probably about 7 and 8. And we're all going down the escalator and they were by me. I go, guys, you don't want your kids going down the escalator with me because I may not go down it. This was like before I really started conquering it. And so I think let me take that back. Yeah, we were all going down and I can't remember what happened. But anyway,
no.
the kids went down without me is what happened. It wasn't a good story.
Oh my God.
And my friend was like, I can't believe you let my kids go down without you. I go, I told you I'm not the person to go down the escalator with your kids. I forget what happened, where they were. I don't know. But anyway.
It's a terrible story,
awful.
but it's so funny.
But I don't know. I'm missing the whole basis of the story. I mean, like the whole thing. But
It was going to be a good
It
story.
was. I'm trying to think
I
what
thought it
the
was going to
heck?
be good, but I don't-
anyways, but they went down without me, and they're like going down. They're like looking up at me, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Go down the escalator.
Bye.
Bye. They might have been a little younger than that, also. I can't remember.
Oh my God.
But it's funny because years later,
Oh my
my
God.
friend, he was a
Yeah.
guy friend. He
Yeah.
was, my friend Ron. He would tell me, he goes, you remember when you left my kid to let them go down the escalator by themselves? I go, I told you, I can't do it.
See how far you've come?
Oh, yeah.
You have some strategies.
Yeah,
So
it's so stupid,
like,
though. Stupid fear. Stupid. I just want to
punch it. Kick it in the
kick
face.
it and punch it.
Yeah, kick it in the face.
I do
That's a
say something
strategy.
even worse, but I'm not going to say it.
Please don't.
I'm not. It would be awful. I tell Brie all the time. Okay, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've identified fear and we've talked about how detrimental, just recapping, we talked about that we're designed to experience fear, but not the way we allow it to camp out with us and just to sit like over our heads like a rainy cloud. And we've talked about how detrimental it is to our health and to our immune systems and to our brain wiring and also to our decision making.
Yeah.
And then we wrapped up talking about, going through some of these strategies to overcome fear. And you talked about just do it scared. And you talked about reframing it, right? So I think that my hope, my desire as people are watching us, and I think it's probably about time for us to wrap it up, is, one of my final thoughts is, everybody feels fear.
Right.
And the goal is to not allow it to rule your life. And one of the ways, and we opened up with this, and I loved that you brought it up about the Lord being your refuge and your fortress.
Yeah.
And allowing your faith in the Lord, in Jesus, in God, to be our comfort. Because sometimes when you're fearful, it's hard to feel comfort. So that's my kind of takeaway from today. What's yours?
Well, I would say too, just remember that fear is not a weakness. Okay. It's not failure either, and it's not a sin.
Yeah.
I mean, like we're human, you know?
It's beautiful.
And, yeah. And I just think you have to face your fears. And like I said, try to do as many as you can scared. If I could, I would say that would be mine. It's just to know that it's not, you're not failing.
Yeah.
And it's not a weakness.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Carlos, what's your takeaway today?
I would say to everyone that embrace the power of your mind.
Yeah.
You can control everything around you.
Yeah.
You should be able to control how you think. And also I have a small phrase from a small poem
Oh, go
for
ahead.
Argentinian
I love it.
writer. And he say, right now you can say enough to the fear you inherit because life is here and right now.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You can say enough.
Enough.
To the
You
fear.
can say enough to the fear.
Yeah,
Because
like-
life is right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like punch fear in the face. Enough.
Or as Nanny says in her own poetry, punch fear in the face. Kick it. Kick it. Kick it.
yeah.
Absolutely. Kick it on the face.
Kick it in the face, Carlos.
Kick fear in the face.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Kick
that
fear in
might
the
be
face.
that might be our takeaway.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I think that's it for
Yeah,
us today.
that's good.
Yeah, it's a really good conversation. I'm so glad that you chose it for this week's conversation. And we really hope that if you are out there right now watching us, that and you're feeling fear of any sort, that you would turn to the Lord, give it to him. But even more, that something that we said today would help you, that it would change your spirit, and that for we were not given a spirit of fear by the Lord. He's very clear about that. And the Bible talks a lot about it. So you go to the Word, but also something that we said today, we really hope our greatest desire in this podcast is that something that we've gone through or suffered through or learned or grown from would help you, and that it would benefit you, and that it would change your life in some tiny way for the better. So
Yes.
thank you so much for joining us today. Nan, will you close us with our favorite quote ever?
Lord, yes.
Yeah.
Remember to take things lightly while doing life deeply.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Well, we love you guys, and we'll see you the next time
See you
around.
next time.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.